What's up, everybody? This is Sunko, the Korean bro. Today is 2022, July 19. Let's look at articles. Okay. Mm. What articles do we have tonight? Uh, uh let's see. These three stocks won't trade under $100 for long. Mm. What kind of articles do we have? What is causing Apple stock to fall despite strong demand? Okay. Um Stock price of Apple goes down. Okay, I get it. Three undervalued dividend paying tech stocks. Okay. Hmm. Is it time to cash out Novavax stack? Okay. One last article is when you silence the noise, AMD stock still offers strong fundamentals. Okay. Okay. A media executive on how brands can leverage OTT and fast for marketing success. It's more lean than lean back. Why you should buy Alibaba stock and hold through 2022. Uh, what is causing Apple stock to fall despite strong demand? Why Shopify stock split and is as shoppable as ever? Three more stocks for second half to consider. Should you have these two banks in your portfolio? Why invest in high yield dividend stocks? Hmm. Uh, okay, let's read them first, right? Okay. Mm-mm. These three stocks won't trade under $100 for long. The slumbering bear market of 2022 has been rough on all sectors, um, except the energy sector. Yeah, energy sector was doing really well, even when we have a hard time. And most individual stocks. The silver lining, however, is that the shares of a lot of fundamentally sound companies are in sale. Names that have fallen out of favor with the market yet still have solid balance sheets and growth outlooks are calling long-term investors. Here we focus on oversold companies that not long ago were trading over $100 a share and are likely to recover in due time. It won't be long before these three stocks return to the century mark and then some. Here we focus on oversold companies that not long ago were trading over $100 a share are likely to recover in due time. It won't be long before these three stocks return to the century mark, and then some. The Walt Disney, ExxonMobil, will advance the macro device. Okay. What is causing Apple stock to fall despite strong demand? Apple stock fell by more than 2% during trading hours on Monday, which dragged the broader market to lower levels as Apple warned about the economic outlook in 2022 2023. Mm. Investors are worried that the economic outlook and softening demand are starting to weigh on bellwether stocks such as Apple, which have not been as affected as a broader stock market. As a result, are increasingly turning cautious. Apple's management has outlined plans to slow hiring and reduce spending across certain divisions well into 2023. Apple is planning to release a whole set of new products onto the market in 2022 including new iPhones, Apple Watches, new Mac laptops and desktops, and a new Apple TV. Apple has also been spending a lot of R&D on projects such as the Apple iCar, which has fared poorly, but has done better with investments in processing chips. Despite these new releases, Apple is becoming increasingly cautious about market sentiment, with projections of demand not living up to previous expectations. Okay. Apple's projections were initially based on demand from the 2020-2021 period, where lockdowns meant people had extra purchasing power. They spent it on discretionary goods. Since then, demand has started to cool off as the base effect from previous years wears off. Apple has significantly increased its expenditure in 2021, with R&D increasing by 17%, capital expenditure increasing by 52%, and payroll, marketing and administrative costs increasing by 13%. Forecasting Apple's future revenue. Factors to consider before investing in Apple. 3 undervalued dividend pay long tech stocks. Dividends will make a difference in the second half. Modern technology, the dividend value, Micron. Qualcomm, a diverse value choice. Qualcomm. Intel's. Is it time to cash out Novavax stock? Vaccine developer Novavax stock has collapsed in 2022. The company's protein-based COVID-19 vaccine, Nuvaxovid, has launched in Europe and awaits a CDC approval for launch. The US FDA approval was granted on July 13th, making it the fourth COVID-19 vaccine approved in the US, but still needs the CDC approval to begin marketing. The company had its first profitable quarter in its history in fiscal quarter first 2022. The market adage goes buy rumor and sell news. Applies here. The COVID-19 pandemic skyrocketed. Novavax stock a low of $6.26 in February to a nosebleed high of $331.68 in February. While most of the U.S. COVID vaccinations have been supplied through Pfizer, Moderna, or Johnson & Johnson, there is optimism for Novavax applications for people unable to tolerate mRNA technology. Side effects, heat headlines. Okay? Side effects, heat headlines, and its demand went down. Recently, the European Medicine Agency indicated that severe allergic reactions will be added to the label as a side effect, including paraesthesia and hypoesthesia. Vaccine has a 90.4% efficacy rate according to its US and Mexico trials. The company may turn out to be on one hit wonder as an FDA approval of Novavax marks its first in 35 years. Okay. When you silence the noise, AMD stock still offers strong fundamentals. The bears may have control, but playing the long game on AMD stock is still a solid move. Advanced micro device is illustrative of how quickly sentiment can turn from the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic to the end of November 2021. AMD stock climbed 290%. Let's look at the price of AMD. What was the name again? Advanced micro device. Okay, there you go. AMD. Okay. The pandemic was a super cycle event for chip makers, but super cycles come to an end, and AMD isn't being spared by the tech sell-off. The company stock is down 50% from its all-time high, and it seems as if in the short term the bears have the upper hand. However, if you have the patience to play the long term, AMD still looks like a solid buy. The company has solid fundamentals and it sells into the most highly sought after sectors of the market, including data center, professional graphic processing units, and semi-custom system on chip products and technology for game consoles. AMD will be just fine no matter what Congress decides to do. Some of the noise is coming from the debate over whether Congress will pass the $52 billion chip bill, and there have been reports that AMD, along with Nvidia, are balking at the favorable treatment Intel will receive from the bill. Hmm. All of this is to say advanced micro devices looks to be a quality stock in a sector that will always have its share of volatility. But if you have the stomach for a little volatility, taking a small position in AMD stock now is likely to pay off down the road. Hmm. Why you should buy Alibaba stock and hold through 2022. Okay. Schaffer's investment research was built from scratch on Bernie Schaffer's vision of providing accessible professional grade trading information to retail traders. Okay. The remains of our mission today, 41 years later, to access the entirety of the Schaffer's 41st anniversary stock picks report. Chinese e-commerce stock Alibaba Group Holding is breaking off its year-to-date anchor, the volume-weighted average price. Baba recently reclimbed and held the psychologically significant $100 area, and is forming a bottom rounding pattern back above the round. Okay, technological perspective, right? Not fundamental perspective. It's rather a technological perspective. Hmm. Just keep on it. Okay. This problem will get worse. Big banks bring more pain. Stock futures rise as investors await more earnings. Sam Warner urges cheap bill passes before August. Microsoft is a good place to hide in a recession. This analyst cuts his price target anyway. Two restaurant stocks right out the storm, according to Goldman Sachs. GE's streetwise split is near. What the new companies will be called? Enterprise software stocks won't be immune to recession, analyst warns. Tech news today for financial advisors. Johnson tops profit estimate but trims full-year outlook. Tesla's earnings are impossible to predict. Watch these 2 points instead. These stocks are down but not out. Jim Cramer says to buy the dip. Nancy Pelosi's husband buys millions worth of Nvidia stock ahead of chip manufacturing bill vote. How to trade stocks? You know the seven most important words on Wall Street. Nafly users are living. Three rival streamers seeing big gains. Berkshire nears 20% stake in auctions of petroleum after new buys. Why there's a chance the stock market has hit bottom? Oh, Charlie Munger not worried about inflation economy. Is Nvidia stock a buy? Phillips 66 stock shows rise in relative strength. Gets upgrade. Netflix earnings are coming. Buffett survey shows full investor capitulation, and amid pessimism, big investors sold Apple stock, bought Coinbase, G, and Nvidia. High inflation is over. Here's where what that means for investors, says this portfolio manager. Here are Warren Buffett's favorite high yield dividend stocks. I feel like I'm investing just for taxes and broker fees. I'm 72. Fintech stocks to buy or sell as wars over U.S. recession mount. 3 tips for managing anxiety during a bear market. Okay. Okay, this is it. Mm, let's read this. Things probably will get worse. Big banks brace for an economic downturn. Morning brief. The largest banks in the United States said the American consumer has never looked so good. Um, all while writing their recession playbooks as the economic outlook deteriorates. As JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon said Thursday, there is a range of potential outcomes. Hmm. And bank earnings over the past several days show companies making preparations for those that are more negative. Hmm. Last week, JP Morgan Chase and Citigroup suspended share buybacks to give themselves maximum flexibility through the bear market. And on Monday, Goldman Sachs said it would slow hiring velocity as it navigates the 2022's choppy market waters. Banks are always going to try and get ahead of the curve, said David Ryan, director of financial technology research at JMP Securities. Another precautionary measure, biffing up allowances for loan losses, or the buffers that absorb the blow of households and business missing loan payments or defaulting on the loan entirely as financial fortunes falter. Mm, okay, anyway. Microsoft is a good place to hide in recession. This analyst called his price target anyway. Microsoft won't be immune to an economic slowdown, Citi said, cutting its price target on the stock. But the tech giant's growth in cloud-based services and a recent pullback in its share price make it a good place to hide in recession, the bank said. Cloud-based services. Okay, I get that they provide cloud-based services and like the Oracle, as far as I know, they offer a subscription service, um, which is like the business, which is like business that is really popular these days. Analyst Tyler Reddy reiterated a buy rating on Microsoft on Tuesday, even as he lowered his price target to $330. Mm. Two restaurant stocks ride out the storm. According to Goldman Sachs, two restaurant stocks ride out the storm. Taco Bell, my favorite one. Many consumer stocks are in a hole pushed down by a belt time Americans living with the uncertainty of whether a recession is on its way. Restaurants have been pummeled too, although Goldman Sachs still thinks a couple are worth buying. Shoppers undoubtedly will keep watching their pennies, keenly aware of the economy slowing, inflation running at a 40-year high. Indeed, more analysts are arguing that certain segments of the discretionary sector will behave like they're in a slump, regardless of what the number shows. Enterprise software stocks won't be immune to recession, analyst warns. A recession is coming. Enterprise software stocks are going to feel the pain. The bullish view, as Piper Sandler analyst Brent Breslin says in Research Note Monday, is that subscription-based software as a service companies with recurring revenue models, high gross margins, and secular tailwinds tied to the cloud and digital transformation should be well positioned to weather the developing economic storm. But he knows that the sector isn't immune to recession and the financial crisis of 2008 and 2009. He knows the combined growth rates for Salesforce and Concur fell to 14% from not 49%. Brasilian chopped its financial forecast for the second half of 2022 and for 2023 for 28 enterprise software stocks to factor in more intense foreign exchange headwinds and a higher global economy risk. He reduced his stock price targets across the group. Hmm. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, on the positive side, Barcelona noted that cloud software stocks are already down by an average of 52% since November, pointing out that software stocks have historically reached their low point 4 to 10 months before business fundamentals bottom out. The coming earnings period will be challenging for software as growth models are reset. Hmm. But the stocks could become more attractive after that. Could become more attractive after that. Hmm. How to trade stocks. You know the seven most important words on Wall Street. Okay, interesting article, right? Hmm. Wall Street offers plenty of witticism, wise saying, and words of wisdom. Here's a sampling. Let a trade be your friend. Uh stick with what's real, not how you feel. Bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered. If you like the pig, great stocks, please follow one more platitude. Keep seven simple words in mind. What have you done for me lately? Big winners go on big runs for three primary reasons. One, the market is jamming. Two, their fundamentals are humming. Three, institutional investors, mutual funds, large investment advisors, blah, 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 but heavily on true industrial leaders. Hmm. How to trade stocks. Do this first. What is it? Consistent long-term earnings growth and sales increases power strong fundamentals. Uh, but when growth slows or comes to a hold, watch out. The big funds quickly become net sellers. Big funds, um, not net buyers. And the risk of losing money on new buys or surrounding significant paper gains shoot straight up. Netflix users are living three rival streamers seeing big gains. Netflix expects to lose 2 million subscribers a quarter, but they're not turning off their TVs. Fresh off all the success of Stranger Things 4, which is shaping up to be the streamer's biggest television hit ever. Netflix uh, is scheduled to release its latest quarterly earnings results on Tuesday. In the first quarter, the company reported that it had lost subscribers, the first time that had happened in over a decade. The announcement sent shares of the company tumbling with no sign of relief for investors. Netflix may have already taken some of the sting out of the upcoming report after the company announced it expects to lose another 2 million subscribers in the spring quarter. Hmm. Wow, wow, wow. Laid off an additional 300 employees, representing about 3% of its total headcount. Gosh. Preparing to launch an ad supported version of its service, a move the company has repeatedly resisted in the past. Netflix switching behaviors. Nearest 20% stake in auctions of petroleum after new buys. Huh, interesting. He keeps buying oil company. Berkshire Hathaway continues to add its stake auctions of petroleum and now holds 19.4% of the energy company after new purchases totaling more than $100 million this past Thursday and Friday. According to the filing late Monday, Berkshire Hathaway bought 1.9 million shares of Occidental Petroleum late last week at prices ranging from $56 to $59 a share and now holds 181.7 million shares worth about $11 billion, according to its filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Hmm. While there's a change, the stock market has a bottom. It never feels good. Come on, I cannot read it unless I subscribe it. Okay. The Berkshire Hathaway Charlie Munger discussed his outlook on the future of the economy. Hmm. Berkshire Hathaway Charlie Munger discussed his outlooks on the economy, oil, renewable energy, and cryptocurrency after his recent personal investment in an Australian investment company. Billionaire investor Munger, who has worked alongside with Warren Buffett for several decades, discussed his views with the Financial Review in Australia. Vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, Munger invested in Stonehouse Corporation, a Melbourne-based investment company, because its founder is a soulmate to the conglomerate. He said, "Hmm. The investment amount was not disclosed. Stonehouse Corporation, an investment company that has flown under the radar, is operated by Charles Jennings, an American who lives in Australia. His strategy has been to mirror the conglomerate's policy of buying and holding business for several years." Mm. The right hand man of Buffett Manga made the investment with his own personal wealth because Jennings operates in a similar fashion to Berkshire's employees. While oil is not going away, Berkshire Hathaway now owns an 18.7% stake in Occidental, adding another 12 million shares in July, and also owns a stake in oil producer Chevron, now the fourth largest holding owned by the conglomerate. The global economy will be dependent on fossil fuels for several decades, Munger said. Hmm. I think we're going to be using fossil fuels for a long time ahead because we have to. We're not going to get rid of fossil fuels. We're just going to use less of them, he said. Hmm. But Munger is a fan of adding renewable energy to the mix. I'm always aware of it, but it doesn't stop me from operating, he said. I'm 98.5 years of age, and I've seen a lot of inflation. I tend to live through inflation. I've lived through a lot of it already in my long life. It doesn't discourage. So inflation is not a big deal from what he sees. He has gone. He has experienced a lot of interviews and not interviews. He has experienced a lot of inflation, and it hasn't affected him that much. So. Hmm. Netflix earnings are coming. Subscriber growth is still a worry. Hot inflation is over. Here's where what that means for investors, says this portfolio manager. Hmm. A firmer start is ahead for stocks. Investors seem to be perking up after Apple spoiled the mood. Some on Monday via report it plans to slow its hiring roll. Hot inflation is over. But one big worry could be off the table soon, according to our call of the day from the president and chief executive. of Stock Traders Daily and Portfolio Manager, there's a very good chance that the hot inflation data is now officially in the rear view mirror. Key told clients recently. Obviously, we can never be sure, but with oil cratering and trillions toward inflation pressure waning, this is a real possibility. While the market has been generally about inflation causing Fed hikes, much higher rates already built into expectations, and everyone expected the FOMC to be more aggressive at the beginning. Hmm. Blah blah blah. Come on. Go easy on yourself. Cut yourself some slack. Everyone's been through a lot over the past. It's not just the markets in isolation, said a cognitive scientist and president of Bond College. It's the changing political order. It's dealing with COVID. Go easy on yourself. Get some perspective. It helps you remember that markets are cyclical and they're supposed to go up and down. They tend to go up over the long hour since 1926. Has posted average returns of around 10%. But short-term downturns are common, not a sign the system has gone off the rails. There have been 14 bear markets since World War II, including the current one. Hmm. It takes 14 months on average for stocks to get back to break even after a garden variety bear market, said Sam Stubble, chief investment strategist for CFOR Research. With the deepest of bears, it takes about 5 years to get back to break even. Most retirees have a longer investing horizon than that. In fact, research suggests that the risk of outliving your assets is a bigger threat to retirement security than market volatility. The said research has quantified the losses. Consider getting help. Now is a good time to make one, either on your own or with a professional, identifying your goals and how your investment strategy will help you meet them, and can help you pull through a market downturn and recession. Hmm. As worries over U.S. recession mount. Hmm. Okay, this is the end of article. Hmm. Let's look at one last company, and then today this is it. Okay. Hmm. What's trend of Upstart Holdings? Okay. Hmm. Anyway, this is it for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay. Mm. Bye bye, everybody. Bye bye. Bye bye.